Hi, my name is Little Brown Mouse, and I'm an artist. Currently in school, but I've been an artist for many years. Well, to me it's important because art is a universal language. No matter what country you're from, what your education, what your religion, art is something that everyone can gain something from through their experiences and their perception. It means expression. It means the opportunity to show something that you're sometimes not always sure what it is at the time. For instance, I have no idea what this is going to be. I'm making it because I'm trying to learn to do paper mache. I'm taking a class through a community association. Through that, they offer different things that you can take. I think more than anything, my education is a highlight. I really believe in education. I have an associate's in business and a 4-year in business management. I also went to 2 tech schools in the Air Force, one to be an electrician, commercial, residential, and industrial, and the other in aviation as a guidance and control system specialist. This is my 3rd year in art school, coming around the corner to being graduated. Well, actually, I started out with multimedia because I'm not so much artistic in the beginning as I was creative. Given the fact that I'm really good with tools and with wood and with metal and all that, I really felt like multimedia would be more to my liking. But then I realized it's not that sellable. Not everybody has a space for something like this in their home. So I decided on photography because there's a lot you can do with photography. However, I realized that with cell phones, people tend to take a lot of their own pictures, which makes it more difficult to make it as a photographer. Then I changed to drawing for a while, and then I took some more painting classes, and as I got going in painting, I eventually merged into painting because that's kind of where I wanted to go anyway. There's a lot more, I feel, that a person can do with painting than you can with drawing. I don't have a specific style. I really try to be free about what comes to mind as opposed to trying to perfect one style. We're doing murals. I'm in a murals class and going to paint in the art building, and we had to come up with ideas what we thought would look good in there. This is my diagram of what we might be doing there. And this one, there's a place called Art Space 111 in Fort Worth, and they wanted a place where people could take selfies. You probably recognize most of these, but the main figures are left out. So the person holding or getting their picture taken would pretend that they're holding the umbrella and the leash on the monkey. And then as you go forward, the same things. Like this is the dancing, 5 dancing, and the 5th dancer's left out. So someone could stand there and act like they're holding the hands, or 2 people could stand there and look as if they were in the picture. And the 3rd one is called Dance of Life, and there's a man and a woman. They have weddings that go on here, so I think this would be a really good one for them to use for selfies. So I'm anxious to see what the owners will choose out of the entire class. Over here, these are just some silly things I've done. This is a painting I did, and that Bigfoot or Sasquatch, it's not completely done. Neither is this one. I'm sure you've heard of the blue horse, famous painting. Instead, I did a red horse. The head is completely different. Not completed with this one yet either, so he'll be having his mouth open with braces on. And the one you see behind is our first class project. Myself and 3 other artists did this mural. Took us about 2 weeks, I think it was, to finish that. So these are a lot of the different kind of things I do. In other classes, I've made little rooms out of wood. So to set it up, I had 2 beanbag chairs in there, so it would look like it was the inside of an airline. You could look out the window, and it looked as if it was way back in dinosaur age. It was a 3D print, and you wore 3D glasses. I decided to name it Cannabis Air. I don't specifically have anything that I've honed in on as my medium.
As far as how I see myself regarding being a non-ethnic artist with no specific ethnicity involved, or a Native American artist, I think it's hard to separate the two, because as a Native American and one who follows Native American customs and traditions, they're a way of life. Everything I do naturally involves that. For instance, we feel like God speaks to us through nature. So even though I don't make a lot of art that has to do with nature, nature does affect the way my art comes across. As far as the colors I use,
my artwork represents the hopes and dreams of an American life in a united nation.
Given the existing political turmoil our country is experiencing, I hope that through my artwork, I appeal to our common dream of peace and unity. There's a lot of incredible artists out there, and quite frankly, most artists have to be very well known before they get their work in a gallery.
Usually a lot of galleries will not show student work as well because they're in the business of selling work. So they're not going to take a chance on a student who is still developing their ideas and developing their techniques.
Most of them have master's degrees. Most of them have sold a lot of art already and have people that they're doing commissions for and whatnot. It is not easy to go from an art student to a gallery, if at all.
The possibility of getting into a commercial gallery right out of graduate school is a smaller percentage. It just depends on your talent and your ambition.
I started a limited liability company, and I call it Artists, Students, Sales, all plurals. With that, what I'm doing is going out into the local community and finding venues for us artists to be able to put our work out there and show to the local community. It's good if you're on Instagram, that's how most artists are selling their work, but not everybody knows what the name of your Instagram is. For the people that actually buy the art, how do you get it out there? So I think this is a really good venue for other artists to be able to get involved in it and let the community know what we're doing.
I find that from all the classes I've taken, over 3 years worth now at UTA, it's that art reflects history. So what tends to be going on in the present is what inevitably, I think, affects every artist's work. On our public service type announcements, there's one where there's a mask. There's another one that's related to get adults aware of the fact that children also need the protection from COVID. A third one I'm working on, this is a 4-piece mural. It has to do with uplifting people and helping them to think positively, using figures in history or presently. Be kind, there'll be a bee with Mother Teresa's face on it. The Be Happy will be Will Ferrell. Be Brave would be Rosa Parks. The Be Strong will be Stephen Hawking. I want people to relate to not physically strong, but mentally strong.
Success is making a difference. I think it should be everyone's goal in life to make a difference, whether that be in how you live your life or the things that you share with others and help them learn about themselves, or marks you make on society. And I think if you're not living your life to make a difference, then you're not living a full life. But I'd like to see everybody be original and create what they want and feel confident about that. And at the same time, hopefully they'll have people that are just as interested in it as they are eventually. But as with this thing, I mean,